As I said in the first episode, a dogfight is a ferocious struggle for supremacy. And so that means you are going to have to get ferocious. Ferocious, man. Ferocity. Maybe you're not living like that right now, but we're going to have to stir the pot and get you fired up to attack life. What does ferocious mean? It means to be savagely fierce. And being fierce means having an intense aggressiveness. So again, ferocious means to be savagely fierce, and fierce means to be intensely aggressive, to have an intense aggressiveness about things. Predators, as we know, are naturally fierce. In the animal world, man, you don't have to teach them to be fierce. A lion, a tiger, man, a leopard, a shark, a alligator, these things can be just intensely fierce with no thought of anything else but the attack that they seize upon. And we also can see this on a human level within competitive sports, right? With athletes, especially anything that does full contact, whether it be boxing or MMA or football or something like that. Anything that involves that kind of, constant interplay physically will cause those who are involved in it to become fierce, to become more intense. Fighters, for example, know that deep ferocity is needed to win against an opponent, right? They know they've got to have that. They can't be weak-minded. That's why they'll often look at each other in the eye before a fight, because they can tell by the movement of the eyes whether someone is questioning themselves. They can tell by the movement of the eyes whether their opponent is ready for this fight, whether there's still fear in there. But when there's true ferocity, when there's true fierceness, it's deep. It's really, really deep, and that gets seen in the eye. So to become more fierce, then, you're going to have to increase your desire for what you say that you want. You're going to have to increase that desire, fan to flame, get stirred up the desire in you for what it is that you say you want. And as I said before, because the goal here is to create density to your intensity. We want density to the intensity because that's what creates the fierceness. That's what creates the aggressiveness. It can't be surface. It's got to be deep. The intensity must be deep. It can't be flighting. It can't be temporary. It has to be deep intensity. If something is dense, okay, then it is compacted or tightly fit into a small space. The more many things are compacted together, the more density you have. You take a bunch of strings and just throw them out on the floor, right? Tons of string, just throw it all out on the floor. There's a whole bunch of them out there, but is it dense? No. Take all that string and roll it up tightly into a ball. Is it dense? Absolutely. That's density, okay? That's what we want. Bodybuilders, for example, want more than big muscle, okay? They want more than just the size. They want dense muscle, okay? They want dense muscle. You've seen some of these people who have plastic surgeons put balloons almost and things in their arms or their chest to make themselves look big. That's not dense muscle, okay? That's surface muscle. Bodybuilders want dense muscle. If you have love for your friends, right, then that's a form of love, okay? But you'll have dense love for your children. You see the difference? I can have love for a friend, man. But when it comes to my kids, the love takes on a density. It's compacted together with other aspects. Because I don't have hopes for the future of a good friend, right? I don't sit there at night worry that they're okay. I don't have the multiplicity of concerns and hopes that I would have for my children for a friend. Therefore, the love for children is dense. Not to say that my love for a friend is not important or shallow. It just doesn't have the density and intensity that it would be for family. So going back to the analogy of the bodybuilder, for the bodybuilder to create that density in muscle, they have to lift especially heavy weight. I mean, now, I'm talking about something like 4 to 6 reps. If you can only put it up 4 to 6 times, you've got some very, very heavy weight. All right. Now, why would they do this? Why does the heavier weight make the difference? Because heavier weight stimulates more muscle fibers at a deeper level. You get more muscle fibers involved, and then it happens on a deeper level. If you try to pick up a heavy refrigerator, help somebody do some things, what happens the next day? You are sore as hell. Why? Because you're lifting heavy weight, and it's putting a lot of concentration on the muscle, and it dig deep. And it may take a few days for you for that pain to go away, that soreness to go away. Density. It affected you densely. So you're going to have to do things in order to create that greater density in your life. We're going to talk more about this as this series goes on, but I want to get this point across, man. Density to your intensity. If the bodybuilder has to lift heavy in order to stimulate things deeper, then we're going to have to create some things in you in order to get a little bit deeper into your soul, learn to get a little bit deeper into your psychology, a little bit deeper, man, into your constitution so that we can create some personal strength in you. You know what I mean? Stimulate those psychological fibers deep so we can create that dense, intellectual and emotional and psychological muscle so that you can start really building yourself up, really increasing your strength, really becoming bigger than your circumstances. Can you dig that? I hope you can.